Hello everyone, Peter here, Piotr Fissner. Welcome to the part 2. Guys, in the part 1 we've noticed that we get a short on the power main rail of the Xbox One model 1540. Now I was too busy, you see it's dark, I got about 10 minutes of spare time, then I will have to go off and then I can come back here for a short time. So fingers crossed we can see on the power rails, compare the components and see maybe we can find the difference in between each line of the power rails, because there are like 5 of them. So let's switch on the TV, the monitor, and let's put on the scope. Let's switch to the view. Yes, and let's compare each of the power rails. Okay, we get some view. My view is good now, it's not terrible, I see as well on your side, so it's fine. Okay, let's put into the beeping mode. We get a beeping mode. So I'll start off the first section here, because that's it. That's this chip. Okay, so we need to go get. Okay, so each of the power of this power, each section of these power rails here, like this is a one, yes. So we can check one by one. Okay, one by one. So that's mean the capacitor first. Let's test it. Yeah, it's beeping. Okay, so it's not beeping and that gives us any reading. Cool. Now that's a 1 ohm resistor. Okay, so that's in ohms. Ooh, no ohms, which is weird because I was expecting 1 ohm here to be true. And that's 4.7 now it's showing, so I'll type here. Okay, so it's 3.6 on my meter. I would have to zero it, so if we've got a 3.5 if I'm touching my stuff, and it's 3.4 even, yes, when I'm touching here and I see 4.3, then that would be about 1 ohm, so that's okay. We can compare it to the other later, yes. Now what else we want is we want this one. Again, let's switch to the beep mode. We get a beep mode. So now we want to check this versus trying to 582. Okay, 582, and that's beep. Yes, that's beep. Not growing, so that's that's what we've noticed before. Okay. And the other way around. It's growing. No, stopped at 1800. Okay. Now we've tested the big ones, and we don't know which one is. That's a resistor as well, so we don't know what about the resistor. What's the value? We would have to check versus the other board. That's okay, cool. That's lower. Okay, so that's not even 2 kilo ohms. So this will show us. So it's only 3.6 ohms. So again, that's like resistor 0, I would say, which is okay if we will compare it to other ones. Here it's a beep. Ooh, that's short. Why there is a short on them? so we get a short on capacitors. I'm not sure if we should have short on these capacitors to be true. Let me get another board. Maybe I'm wrong and we should get the... No short on the capacitor. It's growing, but it shouldn't be. Not on the second one as well. So I was right. We shouldn't get a short on the capacitor. So we get a short. We get a short here. We shouldn't get. So we don't know where this short is coming from. We need to start the soldering. Yes. So I would say that the first section is need to be desoldered. Now this comes from this chipset and then goes, well, I don't know, is it this pin or which pin? I know that this one goes to this, yes, because you see from this here and that goes to here, yes. So this and this is beeping, yes. So this one is beeping. So we need to start the soldering in this area to recognize the problem, yes? And we don't know which components because they are all like start to showing short, so it's quite difficult to say, yes? So it's easier to, that's 2.2. So this is, okay, 20. That should be 2.2 ohm, which will be probably, yeah, we've got 4.1. So we don't know, yes, we don't know, is it this, or this, or maybe more, or maybe something else, but we don't know, yes. So if we get a short, we don't try to assume that it's APU faulty or south bridge faulty. We're trying to first remove the short here. That's why the soldering this area, starting to desolder components at this area, it's a quicker way of finding the fault, okay? So what we need is we need to take a photo, or we can get readings from the other one later, but I'd rather take a photo here of this to know which ones we removed. Okay, so let's take a photo, the way that we wouldn't have over 10x boxes at home. But we've got, so it's not a problem for spares. I mean, not the good ones. We've got one good one, that's for sure. And the second one, I've got a good one, which is bump, so I can use for measurements. It's nice because I bought it, you know, I bought it this way, so it's fine. Okay, so anyways, I need to grab to the left hand, will be easier for me, which is a bit bad as well, because I see that that there are coils here, yes, so it's not really convenient, but it is what it is. Oh, not a metal or not a Teflon tweezers, because I will burn them. I'm missing one pair of tweezers. I don't know what I've done with them. But anyways, let's switch off the meter. Let's switch on the loud noise. Okay, cool. And let's try to find the culprit, okay? Because we don't know which which one it is. Ooh, that's a lot of heat, guys. I've forgotten how much heat it can take. I know it's a thick mainboard. Okay, so let's put to the side. Now I want to check if the short exists, because probably we're not that lucky to get out this short in just first go. So let us check. These 3 pins, what is happening here? Okay, cool. That can stay like that in this position. So now what we have, yes, is we don't have this, and this still makes the short, whereas this one now shows 1700. Okay, so let's switch to the next one. This one, so this and this will still short as we've checked, and this one, ooh, that's a short. And on this here, same story, trying to show you and check it. You see that's 1732. Yeah, you can see it. 1732, yes, so 1739, okay? Whereas here, this one, if we will check, that's another one. So let's try to do like that and like that. That's short. So now the question is, you know, what's wrong? What's wrong? Because we shouldn't have, you know, like this short should be gone, yes. And that's another one. Look, here it's 1760. So, because we removed the first one, we found a culprit? That would be the case? Because of removing one, we found the second, which is... Yes, that's 1767, very good. Now do we see this one? We see, okay. And what about this one? Same story, but we go back to this one, the neighbor of this, which one we desoldered, and we see that it's shorted. So guys, we got a faulty one, and we know which one to remove now. We can, that's the one. No, that's not the one. That's the one. So we need to go one way closer here. So now the question is it only this one, or what caused that it's shorted, yes? Need to test other stuff on this line. Okay, cool. So we've got this one as a, how to distinguish this. Okay, I'll put on the wood. I place it elsewhere. So on the wood I've got this more faulty one, you can call it like that. Now we need to see if we've got a short in the same space, okay? Because that's, if we don't, yeah, look, now it's 16. So it's okay because we don't have a component, yeah? But do we have, yeah, now it's charging well. That's fine. That's okay. That's this resistor, which was, I think, 0. Don't see any problem here. Now, I'm not sure about this component, to be true. Not entirely sure about this. What I would do on the other side, I would plug in the power and see if that will be shorting my let's disconnect something like this, and let's plug in this. That's a power supply, that's a power supply, and let's plug in the connector, because if that will short green, and that's green, guys, and APU is going warm, brilliant. Okay, so we've got a short removed, so we're happy because we see that it's working. So guys, we can switch it off. This can just go on. Yeah. So okay, what we need to do now is we need to solder 2 new components. Well, new, just solder good components, because we don't have new ones. We get one here and second here. Now, I don't know, I need to compare these under the scope, because that's the first one, yes? That's the first one. We need to wash the surface, and oh, and something happened. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. So it's nothing happened for real. It's just that I'm playing game for like over 4 years and called Forge of Empires. And what had happened was just, you know, like a collection time, mini collection, not full collection. But anyways, you know, that's not important. So to sum up here, yes, we've seen that when we plug in the power from the mains, from the power adapter, we had a short. Then we've seen that that short was straight on the power line, on the main power line, which is here in this section, yes? So power comes in here, then it's transformed, and it's going to the power rails across the main board. but I've seen that on the MOSFETs I had issues. I removed first one and then I was able to see the second one actually, which was different from the rest. I couldn't do it when I was trying across all of them, you know, I couldn't see that. But because I removed this one, I see that this start to be different from the rest, yes? So that's why I knew I need to desolder this one. Now, after that, I wasn't 100% sure yet what else is. That's why I've checked other components on the side, yes, here in this area. So where's my picker? Here's my picker. Okay, so now we don't know always, you know, which component is faulty unless we will start to test them. Now you can test some of the components when they are soldered, but certain components you test them when they are desoldered. Like you can't check the capacitance of these two capacitors when they are connected, because the capacitance will be, you know, in between these two, yes, or if there would be a third one connected, yes, on the same line, then you would have capacitance of all of them, so it's pointless, yes. So if you want to connect capacitance meter, the safer way is to desolder the component and then test it, yes. But here, you know, I know that you know, because when you do a certain amount of them, yes, then you know certain things. So I knew that when I will start to desolder, then I can test other components and see if there's anything wrong. Now usually it's not going only one component, yes, it's going component and the shortage is cost of another component, yes, like capacitor or something. And then again, this capacitor could be blown by this chipset here, yes. So it's, you know, it's just like a like this, yes, for instance. So this would burn, let's say this or this or this, yes, or this, and that caused the burning of this one, yes. So you never know, you need to test these components, yes. Learn what are, like a C, it's a capacitor, yes, R is a resistor, yes, here is as well R, so it's a resistor, yes. Now these, let's call them just MOSFETs, will be easier. So you know, that's a chipset, control chipset for the MOSFETs, yes. So I think on the previous video I said it wrongly, you know, that this is controller for this one or something. So yeah, this is a U, yes, U, that's a controller. Now I see the U, so I can tell you that. And these MOSFETs, you know, it's just part of the power supply, yes. So anyways, now when I've plugged in the power, I've seen that the APU, this like a CPU, yes, this chipset, this big, start to warm up, and the power supply start to have the proper light, so the short have disappeared. But yes, but there still can be some issue, yes, still. So now the first thing what I like to do is I like to put this motherboard aside, yes. Mainboard or motherboard. I say potato, you say potato, yeah. Now let's get this wee thingy here, okay. You can look at it from the back as well, how it's look like, yes, okay. And now let's see what it will show us, okay, because we need to make sure that the shortage doesn't go anywhere else, that it stayed here, and that will be fine. Okay, so this is shorted in between all those pins, okay. So you see that on this side it's 4 pins, but they are actually going into one, yes. Don't know if we can clean it any better, I don't think so. But you see that these are like a 4 pins, yes. You have a ground here in the center, and this blow off somewhere. They like to blow off. That's a typical. You will lose them and so on. Yes. So you can see that these are 4 pins on one side, yes, here 4 pins on one side, and then here it's a 4 pins as well, yes. The only difference is on the main board that 3 of those, yes, or those 3, because I would have to look at the main board, yes, will be connected together, and one of them, either this or this, will be not connected together, yes, which will be like a switching mode for this whole thingy. So that's, you know, that's what it is. And because of that, yes, because of that, you can check. But we see that here is, you know, everything is interconnected, so that's mean this one is faulty. Now we can take the other one now, yes, because I took 2 out, so that's the second one. Okay, and same story here. Let's turn it around. Okay, cool. This is more filthy than the other one, I'd say. Let's try to brush it off. Okay. Like a surgeon or like a dentist, patience is a key. Okay, that's acceptable. Now it's acceptable. Okay, cool. I'm happy with it. So now, yes, now what we can do is we can measure this. Look, that's okay. You see 473. Now this 473. This is 473. And that's the one part which I was talking to you that will be different, yes? So it's on this side. So now that culprit here should have the same reading, yes? So we place the black probe like this, but this was nothing, yes? Complete. So now it's on, yes, because we switch it on, and that's fine. Whereas this one, it's on, it's even, oh, you see, it's shorted, the gate is shorted. Whereas here, the gate, it's not shorted, it's only on. The state is on, that's why it's going from here to here or from here to here, yes? Whereas on this one, you can see that the gate is shorted. So that means this one is faulty for us, and this one seems to be good. This one can go to the bin. Yes, or give it back to the customer, so customer can enjoy it. So this one will be left on the side. This one can stay. But what I want to say is, yes, what I want to say is, do we have any other fault? Or only this? Now, I don't want to use my good mainboard, and children are sleeping, so probably I'll just leave it as is, and I will literally, yes, literally I will finish it tomorrow, because when children will wake up, guys, and I will send one to school, I can then, I'll switch off everything, and the light and the scope. So when children will go to, one will go to the school, I can then sit and finish it off. Why? Because I had no space to place Xboxes here, and I was like buying, and because I bought and I was able to fix or use spares from one, or components on the main board, the solder, and use them on another one. And I was doing, and I end up with over 10 of them at home. So the ones which I bought on eBay, I was trying to buy them, like quite cheap. So when somebody was willing to, like have more for them, I didn't even bother to buy them. I remember that for the faulty one, I was trying to pay about £30, yes, and that was top. I said no more, because I was selling them for 90. Till December 2021, including one gamepad, and since Christmas I haven't sold one. That's why I've stopped to buy them, and since then I bought only 2. One went back to the customer because customer wanted back, and second one, I've got it here, actually we're checking that board, yes, and I wouldn't buy it, but guy sold me for £30 with one good gamepad, second faulty, and some game, HDMI cable, and power adapter. So because he sold me whole lot, I said okay, I'll take it, yes, and I've got one just spare one lying here. I've compared these, let's say these voltages, yes, whereas we've got a spreadsheet now with Stevie B created, I think, and we've got it, resources, yes, so we less and less have to use other main boards to check these settings out, or these voltages or shortages, yes. But it's still, still useful. I just open a few minutes, and you can compare, which is brilliant. So anyways, that's it in the part number 2, yes. In part number 3, we will be trying to, we will be soldering that, just MOSFET, that's not the end of the world. So fingers crossed, there will be no issues with APU or with the south bridge. Fingers crossed, because it's looking promising right now to be true, and I am tired, but I would love to finish it, whereas I need to wake up in the morning to collect my wife as well, so I need to wake up children and so on, so I need to be rested. So I'm going to sleep now, but I'm happy that we removed the short and we don't see the short, and in the part 3 I'll be soldering that thing, and we will be trying to boot it up. If it will boot up, no problem, let's clean everything, let's put new thermal paste, and let's make another customer happy by fighting for our right to repair. Yes guys, so thank you, see you in the next mission, bye bye.